Okay, it looks here that you have 20% to put down on your house. Wow, congrats! Looks like you won't need to pay PMI and your monthly payment will be $2,134 for 30 years.
Actually, I will put down 3.5%.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, why though? I get it if you don't have the cash, but you do. Why pay at least $200 a month for something you don't need? Plus you'll be paying $76,000 more in interest over the 30-year loan.
Yeah, but you see, I'm not a sheep like everyone else.
Oh no, not one of these guys.
I'll invest the $82,500 in the stock market and, at an average of 10% return per year, I will have $1.4 million when the 30-year mortgage is paid off, which is way more than the additional interest and PMI.
Let me guess. This literally cannot go tits up.
Exactly.
Everything was going great for our intelligent buyer. But oh no. 3 years later, the economy entered a recession. Stocks went down 25% and housing went down 10%. But never fear, private equity is here. And they came up with an ingenious solution. Fire half the staff and make the other half work twice as hard. And thus, our intelligent buyer lost his job at Software Softening. Although on the bright side, he did get another job, just really far away. So should he sell or rent it out?
Oh hey, how's it going?
Not well. I lost my job, and to find another, we need to move to a new state.
Can you rent it out to have tenants cover the payments?
For $2,000 a month, maybe? I can't be sure in this economy.
I see your payments are $2,800 a month, including PMI, but excluding property taxes.
Plus, I'm moving 10 hours away, so I would probably need to hire a property manager to handle viewings, inspections, and maintenance, and tenant complaints. I will lose 10 grand the first year alone, and I can't afford that.
What happened to your $82K in stock? Oh, wait.
Unrealized losses are fiction until you hit sell.
So, do you have the cash?
No, I'm gonna have to hit sell. I'll have to cash out a fifth of my investments at a loss to cover the deficit for the first year.
And what about the second year?
House prices will rebound, and I can refinance and drop the payments down and my PMI entirely. I'm so smart.
But like, you could have done this 3 years ago and saved $7,200 in PMI and $12,000 in interest. Now you have to sell $20K worth of stock for only $15K.
I'm starting to think you don't understand the benefits of leverage. Okay, you see, I'm using other people's money.
And I'm starting to think you don't understand risk management.
You mean this guy?
No, you idiot. What happens between now and when the prices climb back up to where they were and then appreciate enough for you to drop PMI? That could be many years away. If rent doesn't reach $2,800 a month, you'll have to sell tens of thousands more stock at a loss to float your property. And we still aren't even talking about property taxes.
But I bought that smart house buying course.
Where they told you to invest your down payment in the stock market and then tell you that if anything happens, like a job loss or a market downturn, that you'll have to sell your stock at a loss to stay afloat, or sell your house at a loss and then sell your stock at another loss to cover the first loss.
Okay. But as long as it stays rented, I am capped at around a $1,000 a month loss, so that's not terrible. Rents will go up eventually, won't they?
Yeah, but who knows how long it will take for rents to rise 50%. And what if the job loss spreads to your tenant and they decide to start missing payments? You will lose $3K a month instead of $1K, plus property management fees on top of that. And even if the tenant keeps paying you, what happens if a major repair bill hits?
I'll just finance the repairs over 10 years to keep the payments low, duh.
And we will offer you 12% interest on that loan because we know you are financially stressed.
Wait, you mean you won't give me a deal because I'm in need?
You're funny. I'm gonna put that up on the wall behind me.
Fine, I'll just sell my house instead of subsidizing it. That way I avoid potentially devastating repair bills and/or an expensive eviction process.
If you want to sell your house instead of subsidizing it, you are still screwed.
Say psych.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, well, why am I screwed?
See, if you had put 20% down, you would still owe $381,000 on a house that is now only worth $450,000. After 6% realtor and other closing costs, that brings you to $41,788 instead of the $100,000 you started with.
Yeah, see, I didn't do that because I'm not sheeple.
Yes, I remember. You went with the 3.5% down. Therefore, you still owe $459,836, which after 6% in realtor and other closing costs, brings you to negative $37,000. So you'll need to sell stock you initially bought for $49,000 that is now only worth $37,000 to dig yourself out.
So I'll have $13K left in my portfolio instead of the $42K I would otherwise have had?
Oh, but it gets worse. Your monthly payments were higher, remember? You paid about $12,000 more in interest than you needed to, plus $7,200 in PMI. If you had put 20% down and saved the difference, you would be walking away with just over $61K instead of the $13,000 you have now, which probably won't be enough to buy a new house.
So I'll have $13K left in my portfolio instead of the $42K I would otherwise have had? I don't think they covered this in the course I took.
Yes, because explanations on risk are quite the buzzkill.
But I followed my Finfluencer on Instagram for so many great tips. That's why I have 16 credit cards so I can maximize my points.
And when did you last go on vacation?
Sorry?
When did you last go on vacation with your 16 times the points?
I went to Atlantic City for a weekend and paid for half the hotel with points.
They should have paid you to go to Atlantic City.
But I'm not sheeple.
This production was brought to you by the Association of People Who Just Want Finfluencers to Talk About Risk for Once in Their Goddamn Lives.